Yesterday we discussed what is UI and what all topics comes under this UI. And in that, first three topics or first two topics introduction we completed. Here web UI. UI here it is a user interface. This is what here user interface. To create this user interactive page, we have to learn that list of all topics are here. HTML 4 and 5. Second one CSS 2, CSS 2 and 3. Third topic JavaScript. Here fourth one jQuery. Here jQuery. Then fifth one Ajax. Here sixth one responsive design. Here responsive design. Here design. Then seventh one will be here Bootstrap. Here Bootstrap. Eighth one will be here less and SAS programming. Here ninth one is project. 10th one is here exam. Like this, I'll continue. Total duration of my content will be here. Duration of my content will be here next 2 months. Next 2 months, I'm going to continue on all these topics. First, UI means once you enter any URL in the browser, whatever application I can see, that is what UI. Here, once I enter in any URL in the program, so whatever application I can see, that is what UI. Here is our UI. In this UI, we are going to see here. See, suppose if I'm entering here www.google.com. I can see that Google homepage here. That is what UI. If you search anything in this Google, so in this text box, if I search anything in the Google, my input will go redirected to server. Suppose if I'm searching for toys, toy input will go to the server page. This server page always connected to database. Here, always front end page. This is our front end UI. This UI page, after clicking on submit button, your data will go for search. That data will be searched in the server page. Server connected to database. Database back to server. So very few seconds you will get. Suppose if you are searching toys here, Amazon toy, Flipkart toy, here all toys related links, you will get it here within few seconds of time. Within few seconds of time, you will get all the results of your Google. Here, whatever input I'm giving here, suppose if I'm here, if I'm giving for mobile related all search result, you will get it as my output. So this type of output, what I'm getting here, this is what here our UI. So in this UI programming, you can understand here how server will connect, how server will give you resultant page. So in this time, here web UI. UI means here user interface. To create that user interactive page, we have to learn that list of all topics are here. Here, in this UI page, that list of all topics are here. So it is connecting with the server programming. Here server, this is connecting with the database. Here databases are here, server programs are here, PHP, Java, .NET, Python. Who know these all programming, they called as server-side developers, etc., etc. Who know databases, Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, they all called as server-side developers. Here we are learning here UI programming. Under this UI programming, front end always connected to server, server connected to database. So this type of interactions you can observe here in every UI programming. In every UI programming, you can understand here this type of development. Here we are learning here UI. UI means user interface. To create that user interactive page, we have to learn that list of all topics. What I mentioned here, these all list of all topics. In this, Here Google is connecting with the server, server connecting to database. So this type of interactions you can observe here in our UI programming. So starting page is a UI page, resultant page is also a UI page. So 3 team of developers are working for one single application. One is web UI developers who work for front end, they called as web UI developers. Second one, server side developers. Here server side developers. Here third one, database developers. Here 3 team of developers will work for one single application development. One is front-end development, server-side development, database development. 3 team of developers are work for one single application. Here in this time, so in this front-end programming, so I'm explaining here front-end programming. In this front-end programming, 3 team of developers will work for one single application. Here we have 3 development. So just we are looking for only front-end developer, UI developer. If you want to be a UI developer, you have to learn these all topics. Along with that, JavaScript related framework. Present companies are asking JavaScript related frameworks. So here framework are here, frameworks are here, frameworks are here. Angular, React.js, Node.js, here Vue.js, like this, etc., etc. So many databases, so many frameworks we have. So we are learning here framework level developers and front-end developers and server-side developers. So we are looking for 3 team of developers are working for one single application. So one is front-end development, another one server-side development, another one database development. So in this front-end development, you can find it here. Front-end development here, web UI programming, we use it here to develop this front-end programming. Here, I'm explaining here front-end developer. Here, who know these all along with the framework, they only called as front-end developers. Here, in this, so if you open any URL in the browser, suppose if you open facebook.com, you can see that here Facebook login page for us. This login page of the Facebook, here login page of the Facebook, you can see here, this is one front-end page. In this front-end page, you can see here, here this is one front-end page. After submitting, it is redirecting to server, that is PHP server. So this URL is example for UI is connecting with a server PHP. See here, this URL is an example for UI connecting with a PHP server. This will connect with maybe MySQL, maybe SQL Server, maybe Oracle, any one database. So this is what here example for front-end programming. Here, if you right click inspect element on this, in this Facebook, right click inspect element. For every web page, you can see here some standard code. Standard code of HTML will be here. Doc type, HTML, head and body. See here inside this head section, you can see here the development will be like this. Here, if you submit your application form, see you are getting error message here. We are getting error message here if we submit our application form. See here, this if you are submitting, you are getting some error message. This is because of JavaScript. So here, first topic, HTML. HTML is a hypertext markup language. It's a hypertext markup. Here, markup language. It is mainly markup language. Markup means here tag-based programming. Markup here, it is a tag-based programming. This is what tag-based programming. Tag is nothing but instruction to the browser. We can give our instruction to the browser. We can give it by tags. Here, Here HTML is a tag based programming. Tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. We can give our instructions to the browser in the form of tags. Here these tags are here HTML, doc type, HTML, head and body. So in this time here here doc type, HTML, head and body is the basic tags for our HTML application. In this HTML application, you can see that here document type of HTML. This so some standard code you can observe here. Yeah, here some standard code of HTML you can observe here. So that will be here like this. So standard code, check, right click, inspect element. See here doc type, HTML, head and body for every web page. You can check it. Open any URL, Seva, IRCTC, TSRTC, any website. If you right click inspect element on this, you can find it here. So doc type, HTML, head tag and body tag. Here head and body tag for our application, we can show you like this. Here head and body tag we can give to our application like this. So in this head section, so we are writing here head and body. Under this head section, we can write it here. Script tag, we use it here for writing JavaScript code. And style tag, we use it here for writing CSS code. So style tag and then script tag we are using here to show that JavaScript code and CSS code. Here JavaScript code as well as CSS code for our application we can show to the user by script tag as well as style tag. Here script tag and then style tag we use it here for writing JavaScript code and CSS code. Here JavaScript code is used to add functionality to our application. Here any type of functionality to our application we can add it here by script tag. So we are using here script and style for our application. Script tag is used to write JavaScript code. Style tag is used to write CSS code. Here that way we can execute it here, our application. So now Control S, save. Here I'm showing you doc type HTML head and body. HTML is used to write basic structure for the web page. Under this script tag I'm using here for writing JavaScript code. Style tag I'm using here. Sorry, this is style tag. Style tag I'm using here to write CSS code. Here CSS code for our application, we mainly use it here. See here, if you check this website, here this total first half is the HTML. Second half is the CSS. See, if you want to change the color for this button, see this is one button. You can see one color here. If you change that color, see color is affecting here. See here like this. Mouse over time, if you want to change the color here, see H over, then color is dark blue. If you change it here, then you can select it like this. See mouse over time one color, normal time one color. See here, if you remove here, see normal time it is showing green color, mouse over time that orange color. So this type of color changes we can do it by JavaScript. Because of JavaScript, I'm able to see that code will be like this. Here I'm writing here HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Under this JavaScript only, we can show that execution part of our application will be like this. Here in this time, here if you right click inspect element on this, here I'm right click inspect element on this, you can see one div tag here, background color white. So if I want to change that background color, see here. Entire body background color is changing like this. This way of implementation you can show for our application. This is possible. Why? Here our HTML. Because of HTML, you can show you this type of application. Here we are writing here doc type HTML head and body. In this time, here we are able to show you our output like this. So here, if you right click inspect element on any of the application, even Gmail, Google, Twitter, Facebook, any application, if you right click inspect element on this, you can see standard code is doc type HTML head and body. Here it is the CSS code. This way only generally will show you our output. Here CSS is adding here CSS, here it is cascading style sheet. Here it is mainly adding style part of the web page. Style part of web page, we can create it using CSS. Here style part of the web page, we can create it with the CSS. So I'm writing here CSS code for my application. CSS mainly used to write style part of the web page. Okay, next I'm expecting here JavaScript. JavaScript adds functionality to our application. JavaScript. So JavaScript, it mainly adds functionality. Functionality of web page, we can create it. We can create it using here using JavaScript. Using JavaScript, we can add functionality to our application. Functionality here, functions. This functionality of a web page, we can easily create it with this JavaScript. Here in this JavaScript time, you can understand here how to add functions. Functions and functionality of a web page, we can create it with this JavaScript. So what we can do it with this? Here functionality of a web page, how can we create it? Check it. Here I'm adding functionality to my application, that is by JavaScript. Here only you can find it here, functions. Here, if I submit my application form, here if I'm submitting my application form, I can see some code related to that. See here, I can see if I submit my application form, or I can create account. Here in this time, this is after submitting, it will reach to server, UI connected to server, that is Java. Here, if I submit my application form directly without any data, I'll submit it. If I submit my application form, I'm getting error messages. Field is required, field is required. Like this, I'm getting all error messages. These error messages all are because of here, these all error messages all are because of here, these all error messages we are getting here. These error messages all are because of JavaScript. Because of JavaScript only, validations, complete functionality of a web page. Here, functionality here, validations, cookie creation, local storages, here session storages, here, etc., we will learn under JavaScript. Under JavaScript only, you will learn here all functionality to our application. Functions and functionality of a web page, we can create it with this JavaScript. Under the script tag only, we will write one more code here, that is jQuery. All are linked with the, here all are linked up with HTML code. HTML is the standard skeleton of a web page. Because of this HTML, we can create a skeleton part of the web page. Here, skeleton of web page, we can create it with this HTML. CSS gives you alignment of the application. Alignment and the colorful structure. Alignment of web page we can create it with this. And here, colors, background colors, borders, text related styles, font related styles, all etc. We will write it here with this CSS. With the CSS, we can able to write alignment of our application. Complete alignment of a web page, we can create it with this CSS. Here only you can find it here JavaScript. JavaScript add functionality to our application. Here mainly we can add it here functionality. Functionality of a web page, we can create it using here using JavaScript. So functionality of a web page, we can create it with this script. Here, this is what completed script, jQuery. jQuery here, fourth topic of our course is jQuery. So what we can do it with this jQuery? Here, jQuery is a external library of JavaScript. It's a external library of JavaScript. It's an external library of JavaScript. We call it as jQuery. Under this jQuery, you can add it here, basic file of jQuery here, jQuery 3.7.1.js. This is one jQuery file. Here, jQuery 3.7.1.js. So here, we are adding here jQuery. Because of this jQuery, you can create plenty of JavaScript effects without writing the code from the beginning. So we no need to write any code from beginning. You can write your jQuery code like this. jQuery here, it is an external library of JavaScript. We call it as jQuery. Because of this jQuery, we can easily develop our application with this. Here, jQuery, we call it as external library of JavaScript. We call it as jQuery. Under this jQuery, you can easily develop your application with this. Here, jQuery is an external library. Because of this, what I can do? Check it. Here, jQuery is an external library of JavaScript. So under this jQuery, you can find it here. Basic coding of that jQuery here. jQuery 3.7.1 is the basic code of jQuery. Here in this, like this, you can find it here. So many external files. After adding these files, what we can do? See here. I'll go to VS Code. In this, I'll show you if I add jQuery files to my application, what can I do? See, here I'm adding jQuery 3.7.1 and jQuery cycle.all.js. Now right click, run it with live server. So I'm executing my program by live server. See, here I'm executing my program by live server. See here, I can show my execution. Here, fading effect. Once I click fade, so one image to another image, it will show you fading effect for us. See, it is showing here one after another all images here. This image changes is because of fading effect. Here, because of fading effect, one image to another image, it will show you effect like this. Because of jQuery, I can show you my execution will be like this. This is fading. Next, zoom. See here, one image to another image, it will show you zooming effect for us. See here, one image to another image, it will show you zooming effect like this. For this, just what I'm doing, check it. Here, first what I'm doing, check it. Here in this time, just I'm adding jQuery 3.7.1 and I'm adding jQuery cycle.all.js. See here, after adding these two, just we are writing only one line of code, that is jQuery cycle. If I add jQuery cycle, automatically I can show you cyclic rotation of images. One after another, all images will be displayed. That is because of jQuery cycle. Because of jQuery cycle, you can show you here all cyclic rotation of images. Here, next you can see here, because of jQuery cycle.all.js, you can show you all cyclic rotation of images. Next, we can write it here. Here, I'll show you one more example here, validations. Because of this validation, I'm adding here jQuery 3.7 and jQuery validation.js. Now, right click, whatever validation I can do it by JavaScript, same thing I can do it by jQuery. See here, I'm getting your name required. See, once I enter details, see, no error. If I submit it, field is required. See, once I start entering my details here, so I'm getting, see, error gone. So if I start entering here, until I enter valid email address, it is giving error message. Once I enter valid format, error gone. Suppose if I enter invalid format, then error. This way of implementation is here validation. Password. See, once I enter the letters, see it is giving here password should be 8 to 16 characters, uppercase, lowercase, at least one number. This way of implementation, you can show you here password. Password implementation, we can show for our program like this. So once you click submit button, your data will be submitted to server. Once you click submit button, your data will be submitted to server. So this way of development you can show for our execution. Here, this way of development you can show for our execution. Okay. So until I enter the correct format, one capital letter, one uppercase. See, if I enter all, then error gone. This is what here validations. Validations you can do it by jQuery validation.js. Here jQuery validation.js. If you add it, you can easily implement your validations. Okay, under jQuery, you will understand here it's an external library of JavaScript. You can create slideshow of images, validation of the application form, UI related effects, draggable, droppable, selectable, sortable, some set of effects we can easily create it with this jQuery. Up to now, I explained HTML is creating skeleton of a web page. CSS is giving alignment and the colorful structure of a web page. JavaScript is adding here functionality. So functionality means programming part, object-oriented programming part, basic programming part of JavaScript you will learn. So once I enter in jQuery, jQuery is an external library of JavaScript. jQuery is an external library. By adding this jQuery, whatever you can do it by JavaScript, same thing you can do it by jQuery. Whatever you can do it by JavaScript, same stuff you can easily create it by jQuery. So you will understand here how it will be helpful, how the jQuery will be helpful to create our application. We understood. Next, I'm going for Ajax. Here, Ajax here it is a asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Here it is a asynchronous JavaScript and XML. It is a combination of JavaScript and XML. We call it as Ajax. Here, Ajax here it is a asynchronous JavaScript and XML only. We call it as Ajax. Here, Ajax is nothing but it's asynchronous JavaScript and XML. We call it as Ajax. Under this Ajax, you will understand here it's a, if your client is sending request to server, in this time, so without refreshing the client page, we have to get server response. Without refreshing the client page, we have to get server response. That you will understand in the client server architecture. In the client server architecture, you will understand here how client will get here, how client will connect to server. Server will give you response of the client. That how we can do it, that you will understand under client server architecture. Ajax here it is a asynchronous JavaScript and XML. In this time, client is sending request to server. Server has to give their response to client. In this client server architecture, you will understand here in this Ajax call, it is an asynchronous process. So without refreshing the page, you have to get server response. Without refreshing, without redirecting to server, so server has to give their response to client. This type of interactions you can observe here in every UI program. In every UI programming, client has to send their request to server, server has to give their response. This client server architecture we always follow to create our application. Okay, this client server architecture only we always follow to create our application. Okay, here in this time, so client is sending request to server, server has to give their response. In this client server architecture, you can find it here. See, I'll show you one example for this. Union Bank open. I'll open one Union Bank site. Here, if I want to see menu bar here, if I click on any menu of the menu bar, see, it is redirecting. My page is refreshing, URL is changed, redirecting. But if you want to chat with any person here, chatting application, see here, this ask Yuva. Here I want to chat with one person. See here, if I click it, you can see that here chatting application. See, it is asking me to enter skip. Here I entered a skip. See, rate of interest and all we are getting here. Here deposits, here main menu, here special woman, here Sukanya Samrit. See, this page chatting window is not redirecting. So directly it is refreshing my page on the same this one. So same chatting window. So my application will get same type of output here. See, if I want to know about the current terms and deposit nomination facilities, here go back to main menu. So in this time, you can see here other services and all. You will get here output for our application without refreshing. See here, link, main menu. See, if once I click on it, you will get here that result. See, results. So I'm getting here this type of results within few seconds of time only. I'm getting these results. These results are mainly because of here mainly because of Ajax. Because of Ajax call only, I'm able to see this type of results. This is what here our programming jQuery. Because of jQuery, sorry, because of Ajax, you will get without refreshing the page, we are getting here server response. So without refreshing the page, we are getting here server response for us. That is that we will learn it here in the Ajax. Here Ajax call time, you will understand how you will get response of the server without refreshing the client page. Next one, next topic of our course is here responsive design. Responsive design. In this topic, you will understand here how can we get our output in the mobile phone, tablet, desktop. Here tablet and desktop. In all different resolution, how can you get your output? That you will understand under responsive design. Here under this responsive design, you will understand here how can we get our output. Here, how can we get our output with the here I'm going to get my output for my application. Here I'm showing here responsive design. In this responsive design, how can we get our output without refreshing? How can we get our output in mobile phone, tablet, desktop? See here, you can understand here. See, I'm changing my screen size. See now, first menu bar here, first column, second column, two column structure it is showing. Starting two menu bars and two column structure. First column slide show, second column menu, one more menu, vertical menu. See here, here you can see here this loans, digital banking, all are with a here. This is all with a four column structure. Four column structure. It is showing like this. Okay. Here now I'm changing my screen size here. Here I want to change my screen size. Here, if I change my screen size here, see here. This is here for desktop. Here some screen size. This is also for desktop. See, this is for tablet. See, main menu is converted like this. Here, if you convert into very smaller screen, see, main menu is like this. And if you check it, here, this is single column. Loans and digital banking, what it is showing here. This is here, single column structure. It is showing here, single column. Now change the screen size here. See here, for tablet, it is showing here two column. Loans and digital banking, it is showing like this. This is what here. Loans and digital banking, it is showing like this. This is what here by 2-column structure. This is mainly by 2-column structure, and here 4-column structure. So if you check your website, this is single column, 2-column, 4-column. This way of implementation you can show for our execution. This is possible by our application. Here we are learning here UI. In this UI page, here how to get our output for our application according to the screen size. So responsive design time, you will understand here how to develop our application. Responsive application, you will understand under this responsive design. Under this responsive design, you will understand here how can we get our output for responsive application. Next topic, next 2 topics are left over. One is Bootstrap, another one lessons. Here, one is Bootstrap. Here, Bootstrap. Here, Bootstrap is a directly framework. It's a framework of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. HTML, CSS, JavaScript framework only, we call it as Bootstrap. HTML, CSS, JavaScript only, we call it as Bootstrap. So in this Bootstrap time, you will understand here how can we create our application for different resolution, automatic responsive application, and inbuilt code. Just like jQuery only, you will add one here, few files here. So that is Bootstrap min.css file and Bootstrap min.js file. Here, because of all these files, we no need to write any code from the scratch. So directly you can use this Bootstrap coding. Here, Bootstrap, here, bundle.js. So we can write it here, popper.js. Like this, you can find it here, some list of Bootstrap files. Some list of Bootstrap files you can show for our program like this. Bootstrap is a framework. It's a HTML, CSS, JavaScript framework. Here in this time, you understood here, next one here, less and the SAS programming.
Ma'am, Bootstrap is a framework, then why we need to learn like React.js? React.js is also the framework, no?
Yes, Bootstrap is also a framework. React.js is also a framework. In this Bootstrap, we are going to align our content without writing CSS. And inbuilt lessons as files, inbuilt responsive code is available in Bootstrap. In React.js and AngularJS time, it is a single page application. How to connect with the node server, how to connect with the REST API calls, single page applications, how to develop it, that you will learn it under React.js and the Node.js.
Single page, that means which you previously show like Union Bank
Yeah.
and like this one?
Union Bank, yeah. Single page applications. So we no need to write. We'll connect with some server, node server. Here there is no server here. There we'll connect with one node server in the React and Angular. With that server, how to develop the components and modules, how to create it, REST API calls, how to connect it, that programming you will learn there.
And via Bootstrap, how?
Bootstrap is for alignment and content structure. CSS, inbuilt CSS, menu bar. For menu bar sake, you no need to write any code. Slideshow of images, you no need to write code. Here just will use Bootstrap carousel. By that automatically it will show you slideshow. Here, Bootstrap carousel. Here, Bootstrap carousel. See here. If you check this Bootstrap carousel, see here, we will add one few lines of code. See, just only we will write name of the images. If you add this code to our project, you can create this type of slideshow. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4 inbuilt slideshow will show for us. See, first slide, second slide, third slide, it automatically show.
But it is not a one page application.
It is not a one-page application. See here, this slideshow, you can check it. See, it is clickable and automatic. So for this, we have to add this code. Menu bar. If you check for menu bar here in this getbootstrap.com nav bar. Automatic responsive nav bar. Responsive nav bar. See, all menus, active link, disable link, all it is showing here. And search bar links and all it will show. So here, if you change your screen size, automatically converts into here menu bar automatically convert into responsive nav bar. See here navigation bar. So disable the search option. See one nav bar, it is showing like this. If you add this nav bar, automatically it will convert into Bootstrap navigation. See, I'll open my one of my Bootstrap coding.
Yeah, ma'am.
Here, this is first bootstrap.com. Right click, run it with live server. See, navbar is converted like this. So now change the screen size here. See, navbar is horizontal. So now change the screen size here. Here. Now I'm going to change my screen size here. See here. At some point of time, see horizontal menu bar. Now vertical menu bar. For this, we no need to write any code. Just will use that navigation bar related code, this one. Nav bar, nav link, spam here, toggler, all will automatically come with the bootstrap. But we'll add these external files. These external files, bootstrap min.cs, css, popper.js. After adding these all, automatically it will convert.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Here, last one, lesson as. As of now, remember lesson as is a super set of CSS. It is CSS only, but in CSS, you will learn something extra that you will learn it under lessons. Here like this, I'm going to cover all topics. Everyday class will be recorded. Everyday class files, I'll upload it in OneDrive. Okay. We see this 9 p.m. class. Presently, whatever program I'm explaining, that programs, I'll upload it in one programs folder. Here in this programs folder, topic wise, I'll upload all programs. And currently present whatever class I'm taking, that class recording, I'll do it. And that recordings, I'll upload it in one folder, separate folder. See, 42 sessions and still it is running. So like this, I'll upload all recordings. Here in this paint file, you can check it here, this paint file. In this paint file, here all the list of paint files, you can check it. Here, all the list of paint files, present class, everything, I'll write it in the paint file. I'll upload it in the paint folder. And documents, here everyday class topic related document. Topic related document, I'll upload here. Topic related document, generally I'll upload in this docs folder. So like this, I'll upload everyday class files. Everyday class files, I'll upload it in this drive. So by that, you can check with the drive for your application and revision of the session and checking of my programs and practicing and reading of document, everything you can do it. This will be shared with the students. So this is one of my 9 p.m. batch. See, this one I'll share with a list of students like this. Okay, like this, I'll share my drive. Okay, so and you will get my mail ID. So once you complete it, today we are completed our demonstrations. So you will get, you have to complete your registration with organizer. And your organizer said you are giving invalid number in this Zoom link for registration. So they are not able to contact you. Give your valid phone number, valid email address, then they'll communicate with you. Or otherwise, you only contact DURGASOFT online number and contact them and complete your registration. Tomorrow onwards, I'll start the topic 1, HTML4. Okay. So by that, day by day we'll continue on the HTML4 topic. Up to now, basic demonstration part of our content completed. So tomorrow onwards, I'll start introduction part of the first topic. And Monday to Friday, I'll take topic sessions. Topic related task I'll give you. So that task you have to send to this mail ID. I'll share my mail ID with you. So once I share my mail ID with you, you can start sharing whatever task I'll give you. The task complete it and attach to my mail and you can send to me. By that, I can check every day attachments. See here, screenshots, task 1, task 2. See, all my other batches students are sending their task. Form tag task, table tag task, here sign up application form, input element, here local storage, input task. See, like this, they'll complete their task and they'll send to me. So this way, generally, student will communicate with me in the mail ID. Okay. So until end of the course, you can access that. This drive will be available for the next 1 year. So whenever I start it from that day onwards, 1 year will be available. That access will be available for you. Within that 1 year time, you can complete your practice. Okay, not required, right? 1 year time. 2 months you will complete the course. Next 15 days or 20 days you can practice it. By that you can use it in the real-time application. Present development time, you have to complete your framework, any one Angular or React, any one framework. If you complete it, then only you can go for real-time development. You can prepare your resume with all the skills, whatever we have discussed here. All these topics you can mention in your resume. By that, you will get more opportunities.
So in between 2 months,
Yeah. In between 2 months,
how long time taking the HTML CSS? HTML CSS only. How much time it'll take?
HTML, CSS, HTML for 10 days, CSS for 7 to 10 days.
Okay, so
10 days, 10.
in between I'm stuck in anything. So how can I reach you? Like
Yeah,
down.
yeah. I'm going to share my mail ID with you, right? After
So
completion of your
here I just want to show you one more thing if you allow me. Hello?
I don't have any share options. I have to call to DURGASOFT organizer. They have to allow. So I have to wait for share screen option once I start my class.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So if you want, you can mail to me. You can get my, so complete your registration. You can get my mail ID from organizer. Then you can attach your whatever you want to show, attach that one or a screenshot of that, attach to the mail and send to me.
okay.
So I'm not starting this class. So organizer will start. They only download, they only send to me. See, everyday recordings, I'll get it like this.
What about the real-time projects?
Real-time projects, here Monday to Fridays topic session. Saturdays I'll go for project session. So 1 week menu bar creation, 1 week alignment, 1 week like that. Every Saturday I'll go for project session.
Okay.
So piece wise we'll do it. I'll take one website, Me Seva application or SV University, Usmania University, one website. We'll try to design it as it is piece wise. Whatever content we have covered in that week, with that we will develop it.
Okay. Yeah. Understood.
Yes. So I think you are very clear with the topic what I covered in the class and complete your registration before coming to tomorrow class. Tomorrow's link will change. Okay. So complete your registration, join in the new link. Up to now, if you have any doubt, you can ask, please.
Ma'am, just wanted to know after completion of these all the things, how many years of experience we can add in our
No,
resume?
no, no faculty will tell you. So you are learning, right? Learning
Yeah.
experience, learning, real-time experience, real-time.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Any other doubts? Am I clear for you, first of all? These all topics, am I clear to you? So you understood that list of UI topics, each topic brief information. So final goal of your UI, you understood, I think. Is it clear or not clear?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
What is difference between SCSS and SASS?
Both are same.
Both are related to foundation framework.
It is a superset of CSS. CSS only. We will write some SAS file extension. Automatically, it will convert into CSS.
So for that foundation, we need to do foundation CSS.
Yeah, first we have to learn CSS. After that, only lessons as you can understand.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it for today. We'll meet tomorrow in the new link. Before coming to tomorrow's link class, you have to complete your registration and then come and join in the class. Okay. Yeah. That's it for today. Thank you.